You think you have time. Not because you checked, not because you calculated anything, but because believing it feels good. It removes urgency. It removes pressure. It removes responsibility. If you have time, you don't have to act. And that's why this lie is so seductive. Your brain evolved to keep you alive. Not fulfilled, not successful, not proud. Alive. And in the modern world, survival looks like comfort. Food is easy. Distraction is endless. Pain is optional. So your brain says, why rush? Why struggle? Why change? It assumes tomorrow will be easier than today. But it never is. When you're young, time feels slow. A year feels like forever. A decade feels distant. But time speeds up when you're not paying attention. Days blur together, weeks disappear, years collapse into memories. You don't feel time passing. You only notice when something is missing. Most people don't live. They wait. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel confident. They wait for clarity. But clarity comes after action, not before it. So they wait and call it patience. No one plans to waste their life. They plan to delay. Just today, just this week, just until things feel right. But time doesn't care about your intentions. It only counts actions. And every delay is a vote for the life you're already living. Comfort feels harmless. But comfort always asks for more. More scrolling, more avoidance, more numbness. And slowly, discomfort becomes unfamiliar. Fear feels bigger. Risk feels heavier. Change feels impossible. Not because it is, but because you've trained yourself to avoid it. Imagine meeting your future self, not the successful version, the realistic one. Tired, busy, full of responsibilities. They don't have more time than you. They have less. And they're silently hoping you'll do something now so they don't have to regret it later. Regret doesn't scream. It whispers. At night, in silence, when distractions stop working. It says, you knew. You waited. You chose comfort. And the worst part? You can't argue with it. You don't change your life in a year. You change it in moments like this. Moments when you see the truth and decide not to look away. You don't need motivation. You need honesty. Time isn't disappearing someday. It's disappearing now. One day, you'll look back at this version of you, and you'll ask one question. Did they act, or did they wait? Because time was never something you had. It was something you were borrowing. And every second, you were choosing how to spend it. Time doesn't care who you could have been. It doesn't reward intention. It doesn't recognize talent. It doesn't pause for almost. You can be full of potential and still end up empty-handed. Because potential unused expires silently. And one day, the version of you that could have existed is gone. Without a funeral. Without an announcement. Just gone. One day is not a date. It's a hiding place. A place where dreams go to avoid responsibility. One day I'll start. One day I'll change. One day I'll become someone else. But one day never arrives. It only gets replaced by another version of itself. And years later, you're still waiting for a day that doesn't exist. Fear feels bad, but it's familiar. Action feels uncertain, uncontrolled, exposing. So your mind chooses fear because at least it knows what that pain feels like. Staying the same hurts, but it's predictable. Change hurts, but it threatens your identity. So you protect who you are, even when who you are is costing you your life. Every day, you are training yourself. You're either practicing courage or avoidance, focus or distraction, growth or decay. There is no pause button. Even rest trains you to return stronger or return weaker. Time doesn't ask what you're practicing, it just multiplies it. There will be a day when distraction fails. Scrolling feels empty, entertainment feels dull, noise stops numbing you, and silence arrives. That's when time catches up, not loudly, not dramatically, just a quiet realization. I traded my life for comfort. That moment is heavy because you finally see what all those small delays added up to.
Here's the truth no one tells you. People who change don't feel ready. They feel scared, unprepared, uncertain. Readiness is a story your brain tells to avoid risk. Action doesn't come from confidence. Confidence comes from action. Always.
The last illusion is believing you'll wake up different, that someday motivation will arrive fully formed. But nothing arrives. You build it, moment by moment, decision by decision, not in grand transformations, but in quiet refusals to keep wasting time. One day, time will stop asking. No reminders, no warnings, just silence. And in that silence, there will be one question left. Did you live or did you wait? Because time was never against you. It was just honest. Every second, it showed you who you were by what you chose to do. You still think you have time. And maybe you do. But not in the way you think. You don't have years. You don't have someday. You have now. And now is fragile. So don't ask, will I change my whole life? Ask, what am I doing with this moment? Because this moment is all time has ever been.